If you're here today, it's probably because you've recently gotten engaged and you're thinking to yourself, how in the world are you going to create this marriage into becoming a long-lasting, fruitful, and overall happy marriage? Hi, my name is Venice Zaragoza, and today I will be talking to you about the 7 Principles for Making Marriage Work by John M. Gottman and Nan Silver. The 7 Principles for Making Marriage Work is a comprehensive guide to building and maintaining a successful marriage. The book is structured with 7 different principles that all address crucial aspects of a healthy relationship. So Gottman says that the difference between a happy marriage and a not happy marriage is happy marriages are emotionally intelligent, meaning they're able to keep their negative thoughts from overwhelming their positive thoughts. They live by the model of yes and versus yes but. And they know how to honor, respect, and understand each other with their actions and with their words. They also value marriage and see it as a commitment and as sacrificial, knowing that love fluctuates, but love is also a choice that needs to be done day by day. Some myths about marriage is active listening. This is a therapeutic approach, which unfortunately only has a 30 to 50% success rate. Active listening is allowing yourself to put yourself into your partner's shoes and be able to talk through conflict in that way. But unfortunately, those who do have a success with this therapy, after a year of coming back, only 18 to 25 are able to retain that success rate. Other few myths are common interests keep you together, which can be completely thrown into the trash if conflict resolution is unable to be attained between the 2 partners. You scratch my back and I'll scratch yours. Marriage should be about not keeping tabs on one another, but on sacrificing and not expecting anything else in return. Lastly, affairs are the root cause of divorce. Unfortunately, according to Gottman, the root cause of divorce is loss of friendship between the married couple. Friendship and fighting. So, like I said, at the heart of the 7 principle approach is that happy marriages are based on deep friendship, where the couple knows each other intimately, both physically and emotionally. They know each other's likes and dislikes, personality quirks, hopes and dreams. Friendship fuels the flames of romance because it feeling at odds toward your spouse. Because of strong friendships, happy couples are able to have positive sentiment override, where their thoughts about each other persevere and supersede those negative thoughts. Once your marriage is set on a positive level, it will take a lot more negativity to harm your marriage. So what are some predictors of divorce? Well, according to Gottman, the first one is a harsh startup, or beginning a conversation about a challenging situation or topic with negativity and accusation, which then leads to the 4 horsemen, which are the criticism, contempt, defensiveness, and stonewalling. Criticism being negativity against your partner's character. It's character assassination. It's not complaints about the situation, but complaints on your partner in general, which then leads to contempt, also seen as sarcasm, cynicism, name-calling, mockery, or disgust. It's poisonous to the relationship, and it conveys a feeling of negative self-worth toward the partner. defensiveness, where the partner is unable to see the other's point of view and they're just taking on that victim role. The last one is stonewalling or withdrawal, where one partner is less responsive as more attack is put against them. They do this in order to try and avoid fighting, but in reality it's just ignoring marriage. Number 3 is signs of flooding. This is when stonewalling occurs due to the feeling of being physically and psychologically overwhelmed, and your fight or flight sparks up, which then turns into your body language, and how your bodily changes begin to increase as you're in these tense situations. Your heart rate increases, your blood pressure increases, and your fight or flight in your limbic system is activated. Number 5 is failed repair attempts, where the couple is unable to recognize repair attempts to help de-escalate the tension. Number 6 is bad memories, where the couple is not able to remember any positive parts of their past during their dating time or during their wedding or honeymoon stage. They're not able to remember anything positive about it, or just not remember it at all. Here are the 7 principles of making marriage work, which I will go into depth after this. Number 1, enhance your love maps. Partners who are happily married are intimately familiar with each other's world. Love maps refer to the understanding partners have about each other's inner world. This involves knowing each other's goals, worries, preferences, and life dreams. The principle emphasizes the importance of continually updating this love map, and so in order to create an emotionally strong connection. Number 2 is nurture your fondness and admiration. This principle focuses on maintaining a positive view on your partner and fostering that admiration. Fondness and admiration are essential components to a healthy relationship, and being able to cultivate that respect and build that admiration helps to create a happy marriage. It is also an antidote to contempt. Turning toward each other instead of away involves responding to positive bids for emotional connection. Bids are small attempts for attention, affection, or support. This can just be recognizing and responding to these bids, so to strengthen that emotional bond between the partners. This can just be day-to-day chit-chat that occurs that create those significant bonds between the relationship. Number 4 is letting your partner influence you. In a successful marriage, the couple is able to collaborate and have that mutual influence with one another. The principle highlights the importance of being open to your partner's opinions and also allowing them to be a part of decision making, not just one having power over the other. And this also goes to the emotionally intelligent husband, because research shows that husbands are usually the ones that are less willing to share the power. And so learning to yield also helps the marriage increase in positivity. So there are 2 kinds of marital conflicts, and that's perpetual problems, which are conflicts that are not able to be resolved. And Gottman says, according to his research, not all conflicts will be resolved, but what's important is being able to cope with those conflicts and being able to move on from those without gridlocking. Gridlock is when the couple is unable to get past that perpetual problem and they feel stuck, and which then occurs that the 4 horsemen arise into the marriage. Number 5 is solve your solvable problems, which is distinct from perpetual problems. It focuses on effective problem solving through communication, compromise, and understanding. Number 6, overcoming gridlock, where going back to perpetual problems, these do not have easy solutions, but it provides this principle provides techniques on how to promote acceptance for those perpetual problems and creating an environment where both partners are able to feel like they can share their negative emotions with one another without feeling like they will be attacked or judged by the other. And so this opens up a whole new way of communicating and being able to take a step forward from that problem, even if that problem isn't going to be solved. Number 7, which is the last principle, is create shared meaning, meaning to find purpose within your marriage, not just have kids as being the only purpose in marriage, or develop generational wealth to be the only purpose in marriage. And so Gottman has 4 different pillars to create a shared meaning. Number 1, it's rituals of connection. Number 2, support for each other's role. Number 3, shared goals. And number 4, shared values and symbols. For rituals of connection, it's a way of creating a routine of an environment of communication, whether it be at the dinner table every day. Everybody in the family comes and sits together, and that's their time for communicating. Supporting each other's role as either wife or husband or mother and father. This also goes back to accepting each other's influence and being able to back each other up. It is important to also create shared goals while also giving that importance and value to each individual's goal and being able to support one another with those goals and try to work to achieving them. And finally, sharing values and symbols in that marriage and also being able to teach those to the rest of your family is very important so that the marriage can function correctly and flourish. Through his research, Gottman found that just devoting only an extra 6 hours a week to the marriage helps the marriage to flourish and helps those 7 principles to really come to life in the marriage. Some ways of keeping the 7 principles in your marriage is through parting. So when you're saying goodbye to your partner, being able to ask about what they're going to do on that day. Another is when you finally reunite with your partner, showing that affection with either a hug or a kiss. Admiration and appreciation, showing either stating it or showing it through actions that you admire your partner and appreciate them for what they do. Also showing affection both physically and emotionally. Setting up a weekly date where it's just the 2 of you having one-on-one time. And finally, a State of the Union meeting where you have 1 hour a week to just talk about the relationship and how it went that week. Thank you for listening, and I hope this was insightful.